Welcome to the pulse of the industry, where we track the moves that shape our world. First, we head to the ground in Ethiopia, where South Sudan emergency response teams are in a race against time. From new shelter construction in Luakdong to essential dike reinforcements designed to hold back seasonal floods, the mission is intense. However, fuel shortages and supply chain hurdles are putting immense pressure on these critical infrastructure goals, and the clock is ticking to keep these displaced communities safe.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, we turn our attention to the high-stakes evolution of the temperature-controlled logistics warehousing services market. As supply chains grow more complex, the demand for precision, climate-sensitive storage has never been higher. We are breaking down the market trends, the competitive landscape, and exactly why these specialized facilities are becoming the backbone of global distribution strategies. In a massive leap for the Space Coast, All Points Logistics has just secured an exclusive agreement with NASA to build a state-of-the-art processing and logistics complex at the Kennedy Space Center. CEO Phil Munkres is leading this ambitious push to construct over 500,000 square feet of space dedicated to spacecraft processing and national security payloads. This private investment is a direct response to the historic rise in launch cadence, aiming to solve the infrastructure bottleneck that threatens the future of space exploration. Finally, we examine the major financial turnaround at Vos Logistics as they near a high-profile takeover by the French powerhouse Jacky Perrenot. After a year of surging profits and optimized operational efficiency, the merger is set to create a massive European logistics giant with thousands of employees and an expansive warehouse network. Keep your eyes on this space as the consolidation of the European market continues to unfold. If you want to stay ahead of the latest industry shifts, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon for instant updates. Imagine being displaced from your home, only to face the constant threat of seasonal floods washing away the very shelter that keeps you safe. This is the reality on the ground in Ethiopia as we look at the February 2026 update for the South Sudan emergency response. There is some genuinely impressive work happening right now in Luakdong and Tormorak, where teams are racing against the clock to build upgradable shelters and reinforce vital riverside dikes. It is not just about walls and roofs, though. They are upgrading access roads and installing solar streetlights, which, while sounding simple, are total game changers for the safety and mobility of these communities at night. They are even making headway on schools and registration centers, which is a massive step toward restoring some form of normalcy. However, we have to talk about the harsh bottlenecks stalling this momentum. It is a classic case of so much potential, so little fuel. Literal fuel shortages in the Gambella region, combined with a local labor shift toward the coffee harvest, mean that getting trucks, materials, and contractors to these sites is becoming an uphill battle. Add to that a shaky funding pipeline for next year's shelter supplies, and you see the vulnerability inherent in this operation. We are at a point where drainage systems and road stabilization are not just infrastructure projects, they are lifelines. If you find these updates valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe to stay informed on the humanitarian front. Ultimately, it's a sobering reminder that sustainable impact requires more than just good intentions. It demands the steady, unwavering resources to turn those intentions into a foundation that actually lasts. Ever wondered how your favorite exotic fruits or life-saving medicines stay perfectly fresh even after traveling thousands of miles? It is not magic. It is the silent, high-stakes world of temperature-controlled logistics. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the booming cold chain warehousing market. As global trade shifts toward more complex supply chains, the demand for precision storage is skyrocketing. It is no longer just about a big freezer. It is about sophisticated technology that monitors every degree to prevent spoilage and ensure safety. Investors and stakeholders are taking notice because this industry is becoming the backbone of our global economy. From pharmaceutical advancements to the rise of fresh e-commerce, the stakes have never been higher for cold storage providers to innovate. If you want to keep your finger on the pulse of the logistics sector, you need to watch this space closely. Are you ready to see how this infrastructure shapes your daily life? Hit that like button if you found this interesting, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden industries that keep the world moving. At the end of the day, reliable logistics isn't just a business model. It's the invisible bridge connecting us to the essential goods we rely on every single day. Ever wonder what happens to a rocket payload before it actually hits the launch pad? It turns out that critical, pre-game prep work is becoming the biggest bottleneck in the new space race. Florida is officially running out of room, and the clock is ticking. With over 1,000 satellite launches projected annually by 2030, our current ground infrastructure is gasping for air. But a massive change is coming to the Space Coast. Titusville-based All Points Logistics just inked an exclusive deal with NASA to lease 64 acres right at Kennedy Space Center, and it is a total game-changer. We're talking about a massive 541,000 square foot complex featuring a spaceport logistics center and a dedicated spacecraft processing center, situated just a stone's throw from the iconic vehicle assembly building. This isn't just another warehouse. It's a high-tech hub designed to handle national security, civil, and commercial hardware all under one roof. Former NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine put it best: "We have the rockets, and we have the pads, but we don't have the room to get the payloads ready fast enough." This project is the direct answer to that pressure. It's a bold, privately financed bet by All Points, a company that started as a small veteran-owned contractor and is now cementing itself as a global player in launch support services. CEO Phil Munkress has been steering this ship for over a decade, and this deal proves that local ingenuity is going to be the backbone of the next era of American space dominance. By creating a centralized hub for spacecraft processing, they are effectively uncorking a major choke point in our supply chain. Construction kicks off this year, with the logistics center expected to come online by 2027. It's a massive win for the Titusville economy and a necessary evolution for the Space Coast. What do you think? Is the private sector the key to unlocking our full potential in orbit, or are we moving too fast for our own good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to keep up with the future of the Eastern Range, make sure to hit that subscribe button. The sky is no longer the limit, it's just the beginning. In an industry where margins are often razor-thin, how does a company turn a near break-even year into a massive profit surge? That is exactly the story unfolding at Dutch logistics giant Vos Logistics. While total revenue held steady at €356 million for 2025, a feat in itself given the sluggish transport volumes, the real news is happening on the bottom line. EBIT skyrocketed from 3.8 million up to 9.3 million euros, effectively pushing them from just breaking even to a solid 4.5 million in net profit. It is a masterclass in operational efficiency. So, how did they pull it off? It wasn't about chasing more volume. It was about squeezing more value out of what they already had. By implementing a new warehouse management system and refining their control tower, freight solution, Vos Logistics managed to boost their contribution margins significantly. Even with the automotive and chemical sectors dragging their feet, strategic wins in retail and FMCG kept the momentum alive. But there is a bigger game at play here. This turnaround isn't just about polishing the balance sheet. It is the perfect final act before they join the big leagues. The European Commission has officially cleared the way for the French giant Jacky Perrenot to complete their takeover. Once this deal closes, we are looking at a combined force of 12,000 employees and a massive network spanning 800,000 square meters of warehousing. This is a classic case of market consolidation, proving that in today's European logistics landscape, size and integration aren't just advantages, they are the new requirements for survival. As the sector continues to shrink into fewer, stronger hands, one has to wonder, who is left to acquire and who will be the next to get swallowed up? If you found this breakdown of the logistics industry insightful, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Do you think this massive consolidation is good for the supply chain, or are we heading toward a market monopoly? Thanks for watching.